I want to marry her, but I have so many questions and really no one to ask for advice.
If you're just about to get married or thinking about getting married, this is the episode for you.
What am I supposed to do? I have no one to ask. Should I even do this?
Young men, listen up. Marriage isn't what they tell you. This is the playbook they don't want you to have.
Welcome to Raising Carter, the podcast dedicated to fatherhood coaching.
You don't pick, you don't choose the person you want to spend your life with. You want to ask to marry, you want to be in some serious type of relationship from emotions. You don't pick them from your emotions, how she makes me feel, or how I think she looks. She's got a nice shape or she's got a pretty face. Nope. I understand that's important, but that's not where you make your judgment from. You don't make your judgment from that because that's where you go wrong. You got to pick this person from wisdom. This person is the person you can see yourself having the best life with. That's the person you want to pick to spend your life with. Because we all know, if you're old enough, you ran across some women that were really fine, that were really attractive. And you picked her over someone else that might, because that was the deciding factor, that she looked the best. She looked the best, and that's the one I picked to be with. And how many times has that not worked out right? If that's happened to you, fellas, and you watching this right now, raise your hand. That's happened to me. And then if you want to compound the stupidity, have some kids with them. You want to double down on it. Have children with this woman that you know isn't right for you, but she fine as hell though. She fine as hell. No. So I I wish somebody would have told me that. Maybe they did and I just wasn't listening. But that is not how you pick the person that you say you want to be in a serious relationship, or the woman you want to ask to marry. That is not how you pick them. That is not. That's number one for me. That's number one. We kicking it off. We going in straight in right away. Do not pick the woman you want to be with based upon how she looks, or based upon emotions, or based upon, I'm just gonna say, how good the sex is. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I pass the baton to you, my brother. Speak Rock. What is your number one?
Well, if you don't mind me being a little disrespectful to you right now, that I'm not gonna give you my number one right now. And
Go ahead.
the reason why I want to give you my number one is because you make such a great illuminating point that I want to just piggyback off of what you said and add
Go,
and add some additional value to what you just said.
go ahead.
I also feel that you shouldn't choose a mate for shallow, superficial reasons. Um, I wish that the advice that was given to me when I was a young man in my teens, late teens, early 20s, I wish somebody would have expressed upon me the depth of what it is that you're saying. And I wish they could have packaged it something like this. Young man, choose someone that really values you. Choose someone who can see what your value is, and they will treat you as such. Because if you can find a person that understands how valuable you are, they won't just treat you any kind of way. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
for instance, you can give a teenager, a 16-year-old, let's just say a $20 bill. A 16-year-old to know what to do with that $20 bill. It may not be the most aggressive financial decision, but nevertheless, it'd be a financial decision of purchase. A 16-year-old know how to buy something because they understand the value of that $20 bill.
Right.
They know what that $20 bill can do for them. So value, they understand. Give that same $20 bill to a 1-year-old. What are they going to do with it? Eat it?
Nothing. Yeah,
tear it up. You get what I'm saying? It's because they don't understand the value. So let me liken that to, you have a lot of, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, 29, 30, 31-year-olds, and dare I may even say some 40-year-olds who do not understand the value of the people that they meet. But the mistake that we make as men, we look past if that woman values us or not. What we look at is all the things you just said. The superficial beauty, the Coca-Cola shape, the Buddhist Maximus posterior. We looking at everything. I mean, we even low. I mean, hey, God bless anybody out there that loves a BBL, but we would even change our standards about natural beauty, and we be so attractive to a BBL, something that we don't even know what's going on in that woman's body, but we'll just accept it because it looked good. Because it looked good.
Yeah.
She don't value us, but she banking. She a 10.
Yep.
Her body might be a 10 on the outside, but her appreciation of value of you is at an all-time low.
All-time low.
So, again, I just felt like you illuminated such a great point that I had to chime in on that. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Man, you said that beautifully, eloquently, and the fact that we don't care about that. Like you said, like we just be like, man, she's fine. Well, how does she feel about you? Like, like, I don't think a lot of men really ask themselves that. They don't ask themselves that. And this is one thing kind of along with that men that you really need to stop doing. And I heard somebody say that. I hear a lot of men say they have a type. They speak rock. They got a type of woman. Oh, I like dark skinned women. I like light skinned women. I like white women. I like this and that. Brother, maybe your type, you're not their type. So what do you do then? If you got this so-called type, but you're not their type, what you need to do is look for the women or the man who likes you. That's the pool of women. That's the pool of people you have to pick from. Realistically, I'm a realist. Okay, you can have this imaginary type, but what if you're not their type? Then what do you do? Then you just hate women? That's why you got all these men who got all this crap about things about women. Oh, they this and they're calling them out their names and all this and that. It's not her fault. You're not attracted to her. So that's something that I wish I picked up on it before I think a lot of other men do, but that's another thing you need to understand, man. This crap about you having a type of woman, yeah, some guys can say that and because they get a lot of women. They can say that. But for the average man, you cannot realistically say that. You need to go back to what Speak Rock said, is find the woman who values you. Get out of Fantasy Island, come from Disneyland or wherever wherever fantasy place you're at, and find the woman that values you. And that's the woman you should pursue. That's the woman you should try to, build something with. And so that's kind of just piggybacking on that. But we gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling. Mm-hmm. Another thing that I think I wish I would have done. Another thing that I wish I would have known is that if you get in a relationship with a woman who already has children, you have to be realistic and understand that you are not this child's father. You are, whether their father is around or not, you're not their father unless they appoint you to that position. Unless that child appoints you to that position, that's not your job. I see so many videos of these dudes caping and simping and jumping up in these these real fathers, these biological fathers' faces over these children that aren't theirs. And you're going to get your feelings hurt because everybody wants to know where they came from. Everybody wants that relationship from that person who in which they came from. I got a good advice about this. Friend told me, he was like, man, all you can do, if you're trying to be a stepfather, all you can do, if you're dealing with a woman with children, all you can do is to those children is to be fair. Is to be decent and to be fair. That's it. That's all you can do, because they gotta meet you halfway. They gotta want to have some type of relationship with you too. So it's tough. It's tough, but that's the realistic part of it. So, and then, I mean, come on, like, if a lot of men, I mean, it's probably more than likely if you're dealing with a woman who's over the age of 25, she might have a child. So this is advice that you need to understand. This is something you need to know. Don't just come in like, oh, I'm gonna be the new. No. You're not that child's father. You're not that child's. The best thing you can do.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is be good, be great to their mother. That's what you can do. That's like they say, control what you can control. That's what you can control. You can control being good to that child's mother and being fair and decent to them. Other than that, there's nothing the child cannot want to, it could be years before they open up to you. They could not want this. I'm sure some men out there who know what I'm talking. That child could not want this. They could not want their mother to be with somebody. And so that's something that luckily I didn't have to, it wasn't that bad for me, but I'm sure it's a man out there who like, yeah, he ain't lying. So don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself. Please don't kid yourself. What do you think about that, Speaker Rod?
Dude, this is why I love your platform, because you are not afraid to speak on matters of the heart that involves our people. This is a real situation. This is life. I don't know the percentages off the top of my head. I don't know the statistics, but the number of unwed mothers that are out here that's raising children by themselves, it's a good percentage. So let's call it what it is. So it would lean towards, your thought pattern that our young men may need to get educated, might need to get put up on game about, hey, if you're going to marry a woman that already has children, we need to talk about this, son.
Yeah.
Not talk like I'm about trying to talk you out of it, but I need to give you the pros and the cons. I need to give you, matter of fact, the first thing we need to talk about is we need to talk about you, your disposition, your feelings, your level of maturity. Because if you ain't built for this, you might not want to get into this. Right. Your level of maturity has to be in such a place that you can handle this and you can handle all that is going to come. It's not if it's going to come. It's not if life issues are going to come. That they're coming. So the question is, son, are you mature enough to deal with it? So let me illuminate a little bit on this. Again, you made a valid point. Everything you said was solid, especially the qualifier that you put in there. That qualifier being that the child would have to accept you as a father figure, right? I feel like Kobe Bryant because, in a commercial Kobe had, he said with Kanye, he said, I'm a different animal. He said, I'm the same animal, but a different beast. I feel like that. Why am I saying like that? Because I am a black man that married a black woman that already had a child. She had a son. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if it's just my ego. I don't know if it's just my idea of what I felt a man was, because I take that very serious. I stepped up in the game like, yo, as far as my house, I can only speak for me. My house, I'm the dad, this the mom, you the son, these are our daughters. It is what it is. Like, yes, I'm not your biological father. We got that out of the way. Like I am not your biological father. So we understand. So we are not going to have no arguments, no discussion, no confusion, nothing. But what I am is your dad. Because I'm another man that's in place based on what your mother and your father, they didn't keep together. That's none of my business. I wasn't
Right.
there. I had no say-so in it. That's not my problem. What is my situation to handle is your mother, you, and me. We are a family. I took the position of this, and I didn't care if somebody agreed or not. As it pertains to my household, this is what we did. I am not your stepfather because I don't get no step money to take care of you. I don't have a step car in my garage. There is no step food in this refrigerator. Because when you over here, you eat real food. You eat a food that a man, that a daddy can provide. We don't do the step thing. And why did I take that position? I took that position because me and my wife, we had children. And my whole thing was, I understand what it's like to live in a place of divide. I never wanted my son to be in a position where, hey, I'm different. Hey, I'm being treated different. No.
Right.
You eat the same food. You run the same bath water. You get driven to school in the same car with the same gas that your sisters do. So, to your point, he had to accept that. Now, it wasn't forcibly, but even at a young age, logic prevailed. I was of the free mind and the free thinking, like, yo, by all means, that's your biological father. You love him. Y'all have a great time. I don't care what you do. Go to a ball game, do whatever. Go fishing, knock yourself out. Enjoy life. But when you come here, we're going to have a guideline and a life that we're going to live. Again, I picked up on that pretty easy without nobody teaching me this. But through the blessings of your platform, by you illuminating this conversation, by me being able to share, these are the things, I wish somebody would have taught me. However, I'm so glad that we're able to speak on this, that we are sharing and teaching generations to come about what you and I already know. Because the fact of the matter is, it goes back to what you said. It's going to be some tough times. That is a tough situation. Marrying someone who has a kid already, and it goes back to what I said. If you are not mentally, emotionally, and dare I say, spiritually mature to handle that situation, it's going to be a rocky road.
Oh, it's going to be a very rocky road, and that I agree with. I agree with what you said. You have to be that strong. You have to be that strong and be like, yes, this is my house. Here, I'm going to be the same dad I am to them, I am to you.
But it's like you said, you're being fair.
Yeah.
Treating his mother with respect. You're treating the child with respect. And so for a person who came off the way that I did, when somebody's being treated with respect and love, that's the easy buy-in.
Yeah, that I agree. I agree. I agree. That's an easy buy-in. That's an easy buy-in, and you grow on them. You know what I mean? You grow on them. You know, so if you're going through something like this and you're in the early stages, just know that, just keep it up. You're gonna grow on them. You know, you keep doing what you say and saying what you mean. You keep being there for them, and you're gonna grow on them.
Yeah,
You're gonna grow on them. So those are two things. Those are two important things. Two important things. Here's another one that I got that I think that's important. Do not marry someone. Do not marry someone or because you don't want to see them with someone else, or you're afraid of being alone?
Wow. Wow.
Those are two of the worst reasons to marry. Because I don't think people understand how serious marriage is. Not just marriage is serious, but getting a divorce is even more is serious too. It's serious too. It's serious business. Marriage is business. Your financials are in play. So if you're marrying someone just because, man, I just don't want to see her with nobody else. I know how good she is, but I still kind of want to run the streets and be a dog, but I don't want to see her with nobody. I know she a good woman. I still kind of want to do my thing, but I'm just going, you're the old saying, people be like, oh, you married? And they be like, oh, my wife's married. Them kind of guys. That guy. Don't you be, because you know what? You know what that guy gets? That guy gets half of everything he's gotten taken from him. That's what that guy gets. You want to be that guy? That's what you get. So marrying somebody just because you don't want to see them with somebody else, or marrying somebody because you don't want to be alone, or as odd as this might be, it's some men, like they say, she didn't want to get married, she just wanted a wedding. It's some men like that too. It's some men like that too. It's some men who just want the wedding. They just want the wedding.
I'm sorry for
It's like,
laughing, man. I ain't never met a guy like that. That's weird.
it's some men out. Yes, there are men out there that I've seen
Lord.
who they want the wedding. They want the wedding. They want all the, but then when life start lifing, oh, you married now, bro. All that, all the celebration, the wedding, the reception and all that, that's done. Now you married to this woman. So you don't marry someone because you're afraid to be alone. And you really don't marry somebody just because you don't want to see them with somebody else. Those are two janky reasons. And you like lying to this person. You're lying to this, because if you were honest with them and told them, I'm just marrying you because I don't want to be alone, they'd be like, what? Or I'm just marrying you because I don't want to see you with somebody else. You're like, well, I ain't marrying you.
Well,
I don't want to be married.
it just speaks of an immature mind to me. That's all. It just speaks of it speaks selfishness,
Right.
and it speaks immaturity. Like somebody didn't get a hold of you and teach you at a young age. So you was left to your own devices, and you just believed whatever you thought. You just went off of the limited knowledge you had. And believe it or not, that's a lot of people out here. And, but I will say this. What you just said is a great segue into a thing that I feel is very high up there. If it's not my number one, it's extremely high. And I would tell anybody, I know for me, I wish somebody would have sat me down and stressed to me and said, Rock, get your life together before you get married. Meaning, have enough provision to take care of you and your wife. Meaning, have a home, have a bank account with a savings, have a car, if not a car and a motorcycle, so have enough transportation. Have those things before you get married. Now, that doesn't mean be void of maturity, sensitivity, compassion, love. I didn't say be void of those things. Even some of the other ancillary things in reference to be a protector, have a great career or a great job that can sustain you. Have other hard skills, far as being able to hunt, being able to fish. I didn't say not to have any of those things. Have those things, but I would say primary to those things, have the environment set up already that you can bring your woman into. I don't care how smart she is. I don't care if she got more degrees than a thermometer. I don't care if she was taught well by her parents how to be self-sufficient. She can cook, clean. She can, do whatever she know a little bit about cars. She knows a little bit about making a home. She's really independent all on her own. That's fine. But even still, for that woman, you should still be set up as a man to bring in a woman and let her know, honey, if everything falls apart with you, I can still provide for you and I. That right there, in my opinion, that is the epitome of what a man is. Let me share this last thing, and I try not to be long-winded. I heard a minister say one time, in the animal kingdom, the eagles, the way a female eagle chooses her mate, she watches the male eagle pick up a branch or a stick, take it up real high in the sky, and drop the branch of the stick and go down and catch it again. What the female eagle is looking for when she chooses her male mate is the male eagle that grabbed a branch that was the size of the female eagle. So the female eagle is thinking, if you can lift up a branch that's my size, and if that branch happens to fall and you can go down and catch it, what that means is you can lift me up and you can catch me if I happen to fall. That is the value the female eagle sees in the male eagle. She didn't go about how good the male eagle looked, how fast the male eagle was, how much of a protector and a provider and an uplifter you are. It blew my mind, and it solidified everything I thought what a man should be prior to getting married. And from that point, I've always said, I wish somebody would have stressed that to me before getting married. And if I was to give anybody some number one advice, it would be that right there.
Man, that's big, man. That's a gem right there. I told you he was gonna drop some gems on you. I told you he was gonna drop some gems on you. And from what you said, I came up with another thing.
Okay.
From what you said, I had something else. I think I'm gonna say that for my last one. But from what you said, I came up with this one. And I wish somebody would have told me this. But it didn't go wrong for me. I think I did a pretty good job. But I'm telling you fellas this. And ladies. You should have a discussion, a serious discussion on what your partner wants in a man. What do they want in a man? What does this woman believe a man should do? Don't wait until you're married and now she's got all, well, I think a man should be good with his hands. I think a man should do this. I think a man should pay all the bills. I think a man should do this. I think a man should be, no. And you're none of those things, or you're half of those things. In the half that you aren't, she's always getting on you. She's always, putting you down or saying you don't do this, you don't do that. You didn't find out what she wanted. You didn't do the due diligence yourself. Because you might have just been looking at the outside, and she might have just been looking at the outside. She might have just been looking at, oh, well, he drives a nice car, he got a good job, but he's not the kind of man or what you think a man should be. And same thing with you fellas. You didn't see what kind of woman she was. She don't cook. She think we supposed to go out and eat all the time. I hope you guys talked about if you want children or not. But you have to see what this person wants from you. What does this person want from you? You don't want, in the last hours to find out this person says, well, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm not working. What? These are discussions that you need to have. You need to find out what this woman expects from you, because it's a business. It's real business. You have to find out what this woman expects from you, what she thinks a man is. Because if you think that's not going to pop up all the time, you got another thing coming. Well, I think a man should do this. I think a man should do that. I think a man should do that. How many men out there listening right now hear that all the time? I think a man should do this. I think a man should. So, man, that from what my brother just said is just popped into my head is you really need to find out what this woman thinks a man, because a lot of women have they got some real, ideas about men that might not coincide with who you are. Not saying, you know what I mean? Her vision of a man might not be who you are. Maybe that's not the relationship for you. Like Speak Rock said, the number one thing he said, does she value you? If she's got all these complaints about who you are, she don't value you, brother. She values somebody else. She wants somebody else. It's not you. What you gotta say about what you think about that, Speak Rock?
Man, you just made every counselor, clergy member, anybody that delivers pre-marriage counseling, you just made them happy. Cause you basically said you read their playbook. Cause I've been through pre-marriage counseling, and that, hey, sit down, man, woman, make a list. What do you expect out of him? What do you expect out of her? And this is the time to get out of your euphoria, being infatuated, having the googly love eyes. Just put all that on a hold for a minute. Put it on the back burner and be honest with each other and say, this is what I expect. And truth be told, it's going to sting. It's probably going to hurt just a little bit, because now honesty is coming into play and we're just being sincere and we're being fair to each other. This is what I expect. Because this is what I believe. And a lot of it, you'll find out it comes from, well, this is what I saw. when I came up as a child. I saw it in my aunts and uncles. I saw it in my mom and dad. I saw it in my grandfather and my grandmother. This is what I saw. And
Right.
I'm flexible for other things, but guess what? This is my baseline. This is these are my non-negotiables. At least off rip. And I don't know any man that would disagree with being told something from the giddy up.
That's it. Yeah.
Every man respect that.
Every man respects
from the giddy
that.
up.
Tell me from the giddy up. Tell me what you want from me.
All this money for one day, babe. We could use that for a down payment.
I know, but this is important to me. It's our wedding.
You do not need a reception. If you both come from low to middle class backgrounds,
oh my God,
you do not need a wedding reception. If both of you come from low to middle backgrounds, you do not need to spend thousands of dollars on a party for people who can't even pay for the dinner. You do not need it. You are going to regret it years down the line. You're going to regret it. You don't need it. A reception is a send-off. It's a send-off. There are a bunch of words for it, but it's what wealthy people or people who have money, now they're sending you off. They're giving you gifts. They're giving you money. They're giving you things to help you in your marriage. If you come from people who don't have much money, they can't send you off like that. So you're spending money on a big party when you could have been spending that money on, you guys want to take a trip, you guys are buying a house. You don't waste your money on that. Now the woman might want you. I'm trying to tell you, you got to stand up strong, man. You got to stand up strong and say, look, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't, because y'all going to be going through those cards after the honeymoon is over and looking them, opening them up. It ain't going to be nothing in there. It ain't going to be nothing in there. And y'all spent all this money on this party for these people. And now you need that money. You need that money. You guys need that money. You need that money. And there are very few women who won't say years down the line, they'll be like, we didn't even need to do that. My wife said it. She probably won't come on here and admit it, but she said it. She said it and I heard it. So, hey, I'm giving advice. You can disagree with it if you want to. You can go through it. You can go ahead, go through it. Do it and see what I'm saying. They're going to be, if you don't come from a wealthy surrounding of friends and family, it's not going to be what you think. If you just want, if you guys got a lot of money and you just want to throw a big, that's cool. But don't fool yourself and think when you start opening up them cards, it's going to be all kind of money flowing and falling out of there. And y'all just going to have this big, it's not going to be that way. Because people don't respect marriage as people don't understand that's what that thing is for. They think it's a party for them to kick it. They don't know it's the thing for you and your family to help you guys. They think we gonna kick it. Free drinks. Yeah, that's why we did all this.
I'm gonna say this real quick because you as always, you make such great points. Now, do I believe there's a lot of variables that go in place, and you hit on, two of them. Hey, look, if you're above middle class, this may be something. Excuse me, this may be something viable for you to do, to have a reception. If you have a family that supports you in that manner on the financial end, this may be something viable for you to do. So you make two great points about how this should happen. How can I put it? The point that you're making goes along with all the other points that you just made. You will know if you need to have what size of a wedding ceremony and a reception you need to have based on all the other vetting of yourself and your spouse based on your findings. And what do I mean by that? It goes back to everything we said. Are you sure that this person values you? What does your finances look like? What does your life look like? Did y'all sit down and do the pros and cons of what you expect out of me and we expect? See, that will help determine how far you need to go into a wedding reception and a wedding ceremony. And I'll say it like this. Because if you did all the homework and you're still smitten and in love with this woman you chose, brother, I'm going to tell you like this. There's nothing I can say, you can say, or any other man. That brother going to spend that money. He going to spend it because
he going to spend that money.
He believes in his heart that this is his woman. And most men I know, they built like that. They going to spend that bread if they really believe this is the woman. So what I'm hearing you say, you're giving more of a realistic cautionary tale of being ignorant to self. If you're ignorant to self and you didn't do all that vetting and you didn't try to get an understanding, you're going to make the mistake and continue to spend a lot of money where money didn't need to be spent. Because life is going to come up where you're going to need that money. So I'm just chiming in a little bit because I do believe, and I know you believe it too, because you wouldn't have had a reception if you didn't believe it. I'm willing to step on your wife's toes just a little bit. I know in hindsight she probably looked back and was like, yeah, we ain't need to do that. But I'm willing to bet you can't put a price on memories. And, for your family, especially your mom and your dad, to be able to see you off, man, priceless. Priceless. So if you can afford that based on everything that my brother just said, mentally, if you can afford it, realistically, if you can afford it, go for it and knock yourself out. But let me say this one thing before I forget, because we was talking about number ones and everything. I would be remiss as a man of God if I did not say this. Now, I know a lot of people who listen to your platform, they may not be Christians, but I would say this, make this applicable to your life wherever it fits in. If the shoe fits, wear it. If the shoe doesn't fit, make it applicable in some other way in your life. A spiritual, I can't overestimate how serious a spiritual agreement is. I know for me and my life, for me and my wife, a spiritual understanding, marriage for us, because I like what you said and I agree. Marriage is business. Very serious business. But marriage in my life it's also a spiritual connection. And I would tell anybody, especially if you're a Christian, especially, I can't speak fully on any other religious belief, but I would tell anybody that considers themselves a follower of Christ, if you don't have that understood, I'm here to tell you on everything, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a difficult time. Because I'll tell you this, your spiritual understanding, when you're in agreement with each other, when you have something in your life that's higher than you and your wife, come on, man. And I'll be the first to say it. If it wasn't for God and his teachings, me and my wife wouldn't be together today. This month of July makes 25 years for me.
Wow.
Bruh, if it wasn't for God, I've been divorced a long time ago. A long time ago. And that's not only just because of her. That's because of me too.
Right.
I am a piece of work to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that with pride, like, yeah, I'm challenging. She got to deal with it. That's not what I'm saying. She got her days. I got my days. But her and I both go to somebody that's higher than us. And we put our pride to the side, right?
Yes, sir.
Put our ego to the side the best we can.
Yes,
and we make it year after year after year.
Yes, sir.
Doing the best we can. So I would tell anybody, do your best, however this applies to your life, whoever it is you serve, try to get something in your life higher than yourself.
I agree totally. I agree totally. You're not gonna. It's gonna be very hard to make it if you don't believe in some higher power. You know, if you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in Allah, if you don't believe, it's gonna be hard for you to make it. Because, like Speak Rock said, it's gonna be some days when you are tripping, and it's gonna be some days when she is tripping.
Come on, man.
It's gonna be some days when the kids are tripping. It's gonna be some days when your in-laws are tripping. Or your people are tripping.
Come on.
But I got this one little last story, and we gonna end it.
Yes, sir.
My family, all my whole family, you know, immediate family, my wife, my daughter, my stepdaughter, my daughter Riley, and Carter, they all went to this water park a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
To this water park. So I'm at home. It's just me and the dog. It's just me and the little dog. We at home. I'm like, yeah, it's just me and the dog, you know. So, you know, one day goes by. I'm working, so I don't got a lot of time for myself. And I'm trying to train this this new dog to, you know, to potty train him so she can go outside and pee and use, you know. So I'm doing that, tired. And I'm in the, you know, it's like they've been gone for like a day. So I'm in the kitchen and I'm like, this is whack. Like, this is whack. Like, being alone, this is whack. Like, I'm not feeling this. Like, you know, like people try to make it seem like it's cool to be alone and not have nobody. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm like, I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, they've been gone for a day and I don't like it. So for all the people that give you this stuff about how great it is to be single and being married is not cool and I hate it, dude, they lying to you. They're lying to you. Because if you're in a good marriage, if you got great kids, there ain't no other place you'd rather be. You don't want to be away from them. It was like one day they was gone. I'm like, this is whack. Like, I'm not feeling this. Like I'm here. I'm not gonna start crying on the phone and calling them, but I'm like, who says that this is what's I wouldn't want this to be my life. I wouldn't want that to be my life at 51 years old. I wouldn't want that to be my life. So who's ever telling you that you get these, dude, I'm telling you, and I think Speak Rock can second it. It's not what's up. It's not what's up. Yeah, it's not going to be great every minute. You're not going to get along every minute, but it beats the hell out of being alone. I'm telling you. I don't want to go back to that. I don't envy anybody who's that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking you, but I don't envy. That's not where I want to be. So I just wanted to tell that story to let people know. Look, don't listen to people tell you how horrible marriage is. You gotta have this ball and chain. She just gonna be no, you just chose the wrong woman. You get the right woman. You ain't gonna want to be too many days away from her. That's the truth. So that was this episode of the Raising Carter podcast with my special guest, my brother Speak Rock. You got any parting words you want to tell the people?
Nah, brother, you just the right man with the right message at the right time, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Man, thank you. Love having you on the podcast. That's why we have him on all the time, and he ain't going nowhere, and we ain't going nowhere. So if you got anything from this episode, check out the playlist. We got a playlist of me and Speak Rock. We got a whole playlist of our videos that we've done together. And if you listen to the audio version of this, while you're waiting, click on the next episode. Peace.